I just like their work ethic, the way that they're getting after it, they're being physical, they're wanting to be here and wanting to work hard, and you've had some hot days and stuff like that, but they're pushing through that, and just really just concentrating on the things that we're stressing to them and the fundamentals that we're trying to prepare for the season.
When you take a look at this team offensively, I mean, you return a number of skill position guys back, but Greg obviously was a big, four-year starter at the quarterback position. So how is this offense settling in? I imagine Colton Piper is your quarterback. How is this offense settling in with a new guy directing the offense?
Yeah, I think it's settling in nice. I think the guys are kind of used to it. Colton played quarterback when he was a freshman and a sophomore. Last year, I mean, he got quarterback snaps, here and there, but I mean, he was playing some other positions. So he's used to playing on a Friday night, but it's just it is a transition. It is a transition. I mean, each one of them do different things well, and so, us as a coaching staff, we've got to coach to that and put Colton in situations where he can be successful.
For this team, talk about your offensive line. Where are you guys at there? Obviously, Mosier's down at Ball State, so there are some different faces on that offensive line, and I know, as a coach, a lot of it comes down to winning in the trenches.
Yeah, so, we got, Jack Maley's a 3-year starter for us that's coming back for us, and just some seniors that are in there, and then, a junior playing center. So we have some experience up there, some guys that are older and understand that, but, they just because of the 2 senior classes we've had back-to-back, they haven't had a big opportunity to get out on the field on a Friday night, and I think that they're looking forward to kind of setting the tone for us offensively, and we're looking forward to them getting those plays on Friday night.
Where are you at defensively? I think I saw 6 starters back, and it seemed like you had a couple guys like on each level of defense, so sort of spread out throughout your entire D with experience.
Yeah, so on the defensive line, we got 2 second-team all-conference guys coming back in Easton Carnahan and Riley Tucker. Riley's been starting for the last couple of years, so this will be his 3rd year for us at defensive tackle, and then Easton, being a second-team all-conference guy. And then at linebacker, Josh Arntz was another second-team all-conference guy that's back. He actually had 6 interceptions at outside linebacker for us, and Dominic Chacon is moving kind of from our strong safety to our inside linebacker, which we did late in the season last year. And Martin Smith is playing some in the secondary, and Stratton Fuller for us is a sophomore that started both ways for us last year, and now he's back to do a lot of the same things that he did last year.
Where would you say you're at defensively, and what are going to be some of the strengths of this team on that side?
I think just the experience. I mean, you already talked about those, but then we have a lot of guys that rotated in. Like, we like to rotate in some of our defensive linemen, and so a lot of these guys that are getting ready to play, there's 3 or 4 other guys that are used to playing on a Friday night, and just having some of that experience or seeing Ethan Sievers maybe stepping up at a middle linebacker spot. So it's guys that have had some experience that haven't been asked to necessarily play on both sides of the ball. They're going to get that opportunity to do that. And I think they're excited to have that chance.
Final question, if there's a key for Columbia City this season, what would that be?
I think it's the trenches. You already talked about it with our offensive line. Our offensive line's got to play aggressive, and our defensive line's got to do the same thing. They've got to be on top of it and ready to go, and we've got to kind of bring it back. Like it is one in the trenches, and we have to realize that.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Go Eagles.
We put in a lot of hard work during practice. We got to get a lot of good team bonding. There's nothing really much to complain about. Been getting in the weight room, getting a lot of reps, learning some new things. Younger guys are stepping up, things like that.
You rushed for a little over 1,000 yards last year as a junior, so now that Greg is a 4-year starter at the quarterback position, has graduated, how much more do you put on your shoulders and the running game shoulders, especially at the beginning of the season, to make sure this team starts off on the right foot as Colton gets a little more experience at the quarterback position as the year goes on?
I've just been trying to motivate the other guys and get them going a little bit, because if one of us gets tired, one of us seniors that are starting get tired, they're going to have to step up and step in and play that position, and we just need to get them ready for that.
What do you like about this offense? I mean, obviously you got to replace Greg, but it seems like a lot of the skill position guys are back, so you guys, in that aspect, might be ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's a quick offense. We get things going fast. We try to hit them hard, and we just try to catch the defense off guard. But there's a lot to it. There's a lot to learn, and we just got to get it down packed.
Who are some of the younger guys on the offense that are going to need to step into bigger roles this year and that have impressed you thus far?
I think a couple is like Noah Pletcher and Caden Schroff. And then Landon Fazio, he's a sophomore this year. He's going to step up a little bit. And then Ethan McIntosh, too. He's also another sophomore.
You mentioned you play linebacker as well.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about this defense. What do you like about this D, and who are some of the guys that are going to be? You got 6 starters back, but that means you still have to replace 5 starters. So who are some of the guys stepping into bigger roles?
Yeah, some of the other guys would be Stratton Fuller. He's came back. Then Clayton Scott. He's been getting a little bit more playing time, and we got someone new this year, Payne, and he's been learning some new things, and that's been going good. He's been getting the hang of it, and then all of our D linemen, they're still here, and Evan Searball, he's coming out this year and playing. He's been learning a couple positions. I think it'll be good.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
What do you like about this Columbia City team as we enter a new campaign?
One thing that really sticks out to me is just the drive we all have to get better. You know, this past week, 4-hour practices, it's been really hot, but I don't hear much complaining, especially from us, you know, the leaders on the team. And I think just everyone's will to work through the heat and just go as hard as we can to get better for our first game and, you know, eventually down the road for our later goals, sectionals and conference.
How would you characterize this offense? Because obviously you got to replace Greg at the quarterback position, but a lot of skill position guys like yourself are back. How would you characterize this offense?
All in all, just experience. You know, Colton Piper's coming in for Greg, but he's very controlled and calm in the pocket, and he's making very little mistakes, as I see. We have, I think, 2 or 3 new O linemen, but they're really stepping into roles that they're playing like they played varsity for multiple years. It's really good.
What's going to be the key for you guys to click offensively, especially early in the season, while you are breaking into new quarterback and some new offensive linemen, as you mentioned?
I think the main thing is our O-line. You know, if the O-line blocks good, everything else, for the most part, runs pretty good. I think our tempo is going to be a big part of it, too. You know, we can get up there, get up to the line, you know, catch teams off guard. It'll be good for us.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
I would say probably just, you know, the family feel of it all. You know, I had never been on a team like this, and I think we're just going to make a lot of good memories through wins and off the field.
Anything else you'd like to add?
My favorite part is that we haven't really been working for a week and a half. We've been working all summer. We've had at least 100 kids almost every single day of the entire summer, whether that be just weights or football. We've had so many kids, so many new kids, freshmen, and a lot of returning guys just every single step of the way.
You're going to be one of the leaders on this defense, so tell me about the defense. What really characterizes this group, and what are going to be some of the strengths of this team defensively as you enter a new year?
If we keep up intensity on defense, I don't think there's anybody that can score on us. We have some great ends, some pretty good pass rush up the middle, and a great linebacking core, and we started getting some talent on the edges as far as corners too. We just have an all-around great defense this year.
Who are some of the guys that are going to need to step into bigger roles for you guys defensively, knowing that you got 6 starters back, but that also means you got to replace 5?
Landon Tim is a kid that I don't think played all that much last year, but he stepped down from linebacker to defensive end, and he's starting for us, and he's doing a really good job so far. We've already talked about him in film. We got Justice Goree, who played last year and is now a senior, but he didn't play that much linebacker, and he'll be a big part of that linebacking core. So will Ethan Sievers. As he comes in, they'll rotate. We got some good corners coming out. So.
If you look at last year, the win in the postseason against Angola was the first playoff win Columbia City's had since 2014. So now that you've tasted a little bit of playoff success, how can you carry that momentum over to this season to win not just 1, but 2, 3 more games in the postseason?
We're hungry. We're hungry for the wins. We got one, and that was just the entire all-around offense and defense played really good ball, and we think we can just do that all season.
Final question for me, if there's one big key or one big X factor for Columbia City this season, in your eyes, what would that be?
Probably athleticism. We have depth with athleticism. Every single position that you need an athlete in, we can put 3 in. So that's probably one of our biggest strengths.